Everybody come see us on tour. We'll be in Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.
This is Russell Dobular here with Keaton Weiss, filling in for Jimmy Dore out on the road. We have our guest coming in here who's been dropping a lot of bangers we're going to talk about, Mr. Lee Fang. How are you, Lee?
Hey, I'm great. Good to see you guys.
Good seeing you. Where are you, San Francisco?
Yep, I'm home.
All right, cool. So, anything been happening lately?
No, nothing. In the
kind of a slow news week.
Yeah. It's the hard thing as a journalist when nothing's happening. You just
that's right.
How do you keep cranking out the content?
You guys are hitting the nail on the head here, and it's just there are folks I think who like talking about the unique character and political profile and appeal of Bernie Sanders, really across the left, but many don't actually analyze the differences in his policy program and the shift between 2016 and 2020 that, after being out-woked or, whatever you want to call it, after being kind of having weaponized wokeness aimed at him in 2016 by the Hillary campaign, and he pivoted and kind of adopted right. A lot of the identity politics and gender politics, race ideology. He lost a lot of that rural appeal that he maintained for 40 years. So, there is that shift there, even though a lot of folks talk about Bernie, few recognize it except you guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a shift that I think was inevitable because, as you said, they tried to run him, they tried to run him out of politics.
Do you remember it was right after the election? He was doing some kind of town hall, and he had the temerity to say, it's not enough for someone to be a Latina woman. Is she for workers? Is she for healthcare? And they lost their fucking minds about it.
I mean, so many times where people were apoplectic when he was saying kind of common sense stuff like, hey, I'm not for open borders. Remember when the New York Times, Vox, and the entire identity media sphere went after him for that? We're saying he doesn't support open borders. I guess that's a crazy position.
Well, I think another thing that happened between 2016 and 2020 was that, don't forget, 12% of Bernie supporters in 2016 ended up voting for Trump. So those voters were really no longer available to him in 2020. He was stuck with the die-in-the-wool Democrats. He had to win amongst registered Democrats. There wasn't going to be that big surge of independents for him in 2020 because the independents who felt really burned by 2016 had either checked out of politics or had gone to Trump. So now he's left having to speak the language of the Democratic Party, which is why I think he peaked at around 35 points that year as opposed to 47, which was the 2016 number, where he had that influx of independent and rural support.
No, I think that's right. And there were just a few other shifting factors, the whole kind of Russia hysteria that had taken over the media and part of the electorate. So you had a lot of new people in the Democratic primary who were previously Republicans. There's never Trump Republicans who were converted by MSNBC.
That's true.
And, Bernie, again, kind of pandered to them in some ways, talking about Putin.
He went in on
ways that were unfamiliar for folks who have been following his career in the past.
All right. So you are, we've talked about this on the show. It is very difficult in the alternative media space, especially when you're really dependent on subscribers and your audience staying with you, not to succumb to audience capture. You are really one of the most independent, without any favor to any side, open, objective, old school reporters out there, as we will see as we go through some of your pieces that are bound to piss off pretty much anyone by the time we're done.
My little subscriber graph is up and down because I have left-wing, right-wing, moderate readers, and that's the nature of politics when you're writing about controversial subjects. And if I'm writing about free speech, I lose some Democratic left-wing subscribers when I start writing about Israel influence, and either of the major parties, goes up and down.
Well, the key is turn that free trial thing off. Fuck that free trial shit. Give me the $5. That's mine. You leave in a week. That $5 is mine.
Well, we had when we had Glenn on, he said when he came out as anti-Zionist, what did he say? He lost like 15, 20%?
20% of his paid subscribers.
That's a
after
lot.
October 7th when he started criticizing Israel. Yep.
Hey, I believe in having a substantial percentage of my financial future secured with gold and silver. That's why I decided to partner with our sponsor, Colonial Metals Group. They helped me set up a safe and secure self-directed IRA where I have access to my assets no matter what the stock market or, for that matter, what the government is doing. Let the team of experts at Colonial Metals Group help you protect your family's future. We put together a special offer for our audience. Click on the link in the description below or call the special 888 number, and you can receive up to $7,500 in free silver on a qualified purchase. Everybody, come see us on tour. We'll be in Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.